Oh man, this is gonna be probably polarizing, but I wanted to get on here and do a rant officially. I've kind of wrestled back and forth on whether I should put this on my film channel or my ranting channel, and as you can see, I've decided to put this on my ranting channel because this is, after all, a rant. Apparently, there's been news that James Gunn and DC as a whole have decided not to continue forward with Henry Cavill as Superman, which is very interesting. I'll go ahead and say that they decided not to go with him because he just reprised his role again in Black Adam. And now, a few months later, they no longer want him as Superman. And they've decided to go apparently with another origin story and cast someone younger than him. And I'll say this: DC, James Gunn, what are y'all doing? Like I love what James Gunn is doing with Guardians of the Galaxy. I enjoyed what he did with the Suicide Squad, and I enjoyed what he did with Peacemaker. But I don't feel like this is the best move to recast Henry Cavill as Superman. I've wanted him to continue for at least another couple of movies in terms of the Man of Steel series line. And I just I don't think it's a good PR move. I don't think it's a good business move. We haven't had a proper Man of Steel sequel. You can technically say Batman v Superman and Justice League were technically sequels of the Man of Steel film, but we haven't really gotten a chance to really see what Zack Snyder or anyone else would have been able to do with Superman and his lineup of villains. We we've seen in the Superman and Lois show and Smallville and whatnot villains with Brainiac and a proper Doomsday storyline and a proper uh, who was the one that just showed up in the Zack Snyder's version of Justice League? Um, I forget his name. He's a big villain too. The one with the zigzag laser eyes. Anyway, uh, it would be nice to see a proper Apocalypse. It would be nice to be able to see a proper version of him. We've never gotten a film version of Bizarro. We've gotten a version of Bizarro in both Superman and Lois as well as Smallville, but we haven't seen it on the big screen. And I would really love to see at least Zack Snyder or someone else have a version of either Bizarro or Brainiac or whatever in the film version of a Man of Steel sequel. And I don't know if we're going to see that at all. We're definitely gonna. It looks like we're not gonna see that with Henry Cavill's version of Superman. And honestly, I really enjoyed this version of Superman. You know, I enjoyed Tom Welling in Smallville as Clark Kent, and I enjoyed Tom, or what is his name? Hecklin. Tyler Hecklin, I think is how his name is pronounced. I'm enjoying him as Superman in the Superman and Lois show. Um, didn't really care for Brandon Routh as Superman in Superman Returns. He was okay, but I don't think he was the best. Christopher Reeve was great in the Superman movies he did back in the 70s and 80s, but that was 40 plus years ago. We need something current that's outstanding. And I really loved Henry Cavill as Superman. So I'm not sure if I'm going to like whoever they pick as the new version, but come on, DC, James Gunn. I think y'all can do better. Yeah, the only way I see this working out properly is if you reboot the entire DC extended universe, and you can potentially do that with Flash, with the Flash movie that's coming out, if you continue to do so. that can effectively reboot the entire universe and proceed with having, say, the Batman and Joker films with Joaquin Phoenix and what is his name? The vampire dude. Um, his name is escaping me right now. But if you can effectively have them be the new versions of those characters with the new extended universe with the reboot, that would make sense with the reboot of Superman. And that's the only way I feel like it would effectively work is if you use the Flash and have Flashpoint reset the DC universe, just like how the Flashpoint in the comic series and in the animated universe, how the Flashpoint has reset those respective universes. The Flashpoint live action should be able to do so with the live action films that have been releasing over the last almost decade now. So, anyway, that's an idea for James Gunn for DC Universe. That's going to end this rant for today. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What do you think of Henry Cavill not being cast anymore as Superman? Uh, I'm disappointed, but we'll see what they do from here. Uh, James Gunn has been doing pretty well with Guardians of the Galaxy and the DC shows and movies, but we'll see how they go from here. Anyway, with that being said, go and subscribe for more rants because I do have more rants coming up. Like, and I hope to see you in the next video.